Today, I'm going to be doing David Goggins' pre-Navy SEAL daily routine. I don't know why I do this. Let's jump into the video.
Lose 106 pounds in less than 3 months. Oh. Ah!
2 hours later in A&E, no, but really tight.
But it could be a heart attack. Let's f***ing go.
1 hour left.
Fatigue's in the So I went on this crazy routine and eating hardly nothing. And in less than 3 months, I lost 106 pounds.
Before we get started, guys, please head over to my Instagram @JordanMulliganBrother and give me a follow. I'm trying to hit 10K and there's loads behind the scenes of what we get up to. And also today's video is sponsored by MulliganBrothers.com, where you can buy the Inspire Change t-shirt, which is linked down below. And we're also gonna have the Let's F***ing Go t-shirts dropping very shortly. So all the support helps with the projects and projects like this and interviews and the documentary. So thank you for the support. So I'm scrolling YouTube thinking, what kind of video can I do? And I liked a challenge. I wanted to find a challenge. So ultimately I thought, David Goggins challenge. And this video came up. It's had 2.1 million views by Will Tennyson, and it's called I Followed David Goggins Pre-Navy SEAL Daily Routine. So instead of watching the video, I just go straight to the daily routine and read the daily routine. And my thought process behind this is, one, I don't want to find out how hard it is. And two, I don't know the two, there wasn't a two, just the one. I didn't want to know how hard it was. So I wanted to go in a bit blind. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna wake up at 4:30, I'm gonna eat one banana. For 1 hour, I'm gonna cycle. And then I'm gonna study for 1 hour. Then I'm gonna swim for 2 hours. Then I'm gonna do 3 hours of working out. Then I'm gonna do 2 hours of bike ride. Then I'm gonna do an hour run. I'm gonna run 6 miles. Then I'm gonna have dinner. Then I'm gonna do 2 hours on the exercise bike. And then I'm gonna go to sleep. Why? I don't know. The alarm was set for 4:30 a.m. and I woke up. Fantastic start. And I don't have a problem with getting out of bed. So that wasn't too much of an issue. I eat my banana. And then it kind of dawnts on me what I've decided to do. And I genuinely sat there for the 30 minutes that I had from 4:30 to 5 o'clock, deciding whether I was going to do this or not. It was a whole day spent, and I started to convince myself that it was a waste of time, I should be working, I shouldn't be doing this stupid challenge, I've got more important stuff to do. And I was trying to convince myself to do it. And genuinely, at 4:59, as it ticked over to 5, I jumped on the bike. And that's how it happened. I was not going to do this challenge, but I thought, an hour's bike ride, that's not that tough, and then afterwards we can decide if we're going to do the rest. Feeling good. Okay, so I have finished the hour bike ride. I have done my ASVAD research. I didn't do ASVAD because I am not studying for that. So I decided to study the Sadhguru book that I'm working on for an interview. So hope that's okay with everyone, that I've researched something else, and I will be reading the Sadhguru book tonight as well. It's called Guru by Sadhguru. How do I feel? I wake up at 4:30 most days. I wake up at 4 most days, so 4:30 wasn't much of a shock, so that was fine. I've usually had more than a banana at this point, and I don't do cardio in the morning, so it has made me a little bit tired. I don't usually do cardio in the morning. We're now off to the swim, so it's 10 to 8 at the moment, so start the swim at 8. It's a 2-hour swim on the thing. So I'm just going off this screenshot. I'm going off the screenshot from this video, but it says 2-mile swim, and then it's giving you a 2-hour slot to do that. So I'm just going to do the 2 hours. The only worry I have is we're heading to the place now, and it's not a swimming pool. This is a wild swim. It's 10 degrees outside at the moment, and it was probably a lot colder last night. So I suspect that the water isn't much. It's probably around 5 degrees. And I haven't got a wetsuit or anything. I'm just doing this in a pair of shorts. Once we've done the cold swim, it's back to the studio for a bit of work, and then I'm doing the big workout, I believe. So I'll have the big workout. So this is the part where I really don't recommend doing this portion like I did. The challenge that I've seen, people swam in the pool. They didn't swim in a lake, so that's the first thing. But they also didn't swim in really cold water. So I suspect the water was around 5 degrees. Now, I don't have any way of proving that, apart from that it was 10 degrees outside with the sun out, and it was still really cold, and it was just after the sun had risen. So yeah, I really don't recommend doing that. One thing I would say is that it looks really nice and toasty, and the sun is really nice and bright, but it's really cold. So yeah. I just said a second ago that this is the most cycling I would have ever done in my life in a day. This is by far the biggest swim I would ever have done in my life. I think it is fairly dangerous to swim in cold water, so don't do it. And I'm going to be extra safe because there's a checkpoint around the half-mile mark that I'm going to be swimming around to. So yeah, if you can hear a little bit of trepidation in my voice, it's because there is trepidation. One,
really
because
cold.
I know it's going to be cold right now, but two, because I've never swam this long in my life. The air is so cold, and as I've got closer and closer to the water, the air's getting colder and colder, and I genuinely think it's the wind coming off the cold water that is, it's like, it feels like an air con. Can you feel that?
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna give it a go. We're here to do it. So I'm gonna give it a go, but that is very
If it gets dangerous, you will have to. You don't want to die, do you?
All right, so it's just gone 8:05. I'm gonna go and jump in the water and swim for 2 hours, which is an hour longer than I've ever been in any water, but it's also the coldest water I've ever properly swam in for more than 5 to 10 minutes. Right, let's go! Right, I'm going to acclimatise. Okay, it's cold, I'm going to try and swim for a bit and just see if it's safe, and if it's safe, I'll go for it, okay? F it. If Wim Hof can swim in Antarctica, I can swim in 5-degree water, can't I? It's not going to kill me. Come on, let's go! The first 5 minutes were really difficult. My hands went really stiff. My legs went really stiff. All my joints felt really achy and really stiff. And this is the part where I say it was dangerous, I wouldn't do it. I have experience in cold water. So personally, I felt safe, but yeah, definitely don't do that. I mean, don't do this challenge either, but definitely don't do the cold water bit. So I did breaststroke because I'm not a very good front crawl. So I did breaststroke, and I think you're forcing blood to pump round. So I was keeping warm by forcing myself to swim. So I knew at that point, I swam to the first checkpoint to meet Neve, which was like 15 to 20 minutes in, and spoke to Neve and just to tell her that I was safe and okay, and that I'm okay to continue. So I did have a checkpoint just to make sure I was safe, and then cracked on with the swim. And like I say, not a fast swimmer, I really was slow at times. The wind in certain directions was really difficult because the waves were hitting me in the face. It was giving me brain freeze.
I'm probably, I'd say, a quarter of the way, and I don't know, my body's got kind of used to the cold. It feels very stiff, but my breath is a little bit shorter than normal, but I think I'm okay to do this, so I'm going to carry on. If you just want to walk around the edge, Neve, and follow me.
Yeah.
The only thing is the cold water on my neck, if I let it a little bit too high up my head, I'm getting brain freeze whilst I'm doing it. So genuinely, guys, I do not recommend doing this. But yeah, it's quite windy as well. But I've got used to the water now. But my body, if I stop for too long, my body's getting a bit stiff. So I'm going to carry on. And I'll see you, maybe I'll stop at the halfway point, Neve.
So I did try front crawl a couple times just to mix it up because my body was getting really achy, and it was almost instant brain freeze again. So the first hour wasn't too bad. It was the second one that really was tough because I was doing a lot of in the wind swimming, and a lot of the waves were hitting me in the face, hit me in the brain, slowing me down. And there was parts where there was quite a few times where I just had to stop in the water, and obviously there's nowhere to stand because it's really deep, and I just had to wade the water and just sit there for a good few minutes just to let my brain cool down. So I was keeping it really safe, but obviously that slowed the distance down quite considerably. Towards the end I spent most of the time just trying not to get brain freeze and stay alive. That sounds like an exaggeration. It was just more a safety precaution than anything, so I was just trying not to be silly.
It's swimming back, it's taking me longer. It's not like, this isn't super strenuous, it's just difficult to do. Uncomfortable maybe, because like the wind's like hitting you in the face with and every so often like it'll splash water on your head, which doesn't sound bad, but when you've been swimming for like 30 minutes, seaweed, it gives you brain freeze. And also, I don't know how clean this water is, and I've swallowed a few mouthfuls, but right, I don't know what this is going to have done to my body. Is this where I got in? Oh guys, that's me done. That is me done. I got the biggest like bicep pump ever. Don't know why. All my muscles are super tight. It's the weirdest feeling ever. And I'm probably really cold, I don't know. I feel numb and slightly dizzy. That probably wasn't sensible. Okay. It wasn't super difficult because my body was fairly numb the whole time. No joke, like, it is that cold. I think it's probably a little bit warmer than 5 degrees. In certain spots it was really cold, in certain spots it was a bit warmer. I can't really move my fingers very well. So yeah, part 2 of the David Goggins workout, and I can see why he would lose so much weight doing this. I don't advise doing the David Goggins workout, but if you are going to do it, do not do it in cold water. That was just stupid.
No, it's dangerous.
Oh my god, I can't even walk. Okay, that's me done for the swim. So we've got, I think, an hour now, and then it's the workout, which is going to be fun. I'm very cold, but one thing you'll experience if you do cold water therapy is you might have thought it was cold before you got in the air, but then when you get in the water it actually feels quite warm, so it's probably a good way to acclimatise. So I'm just going to chill in this for a bit. My Inspire Change top, which has sponsored this project today, Link is in the description at mulliganbrothers.com, where you can buy the Inspire Change t-shirts. Just in regards to this challenge, so this was David Goggins. It's not even a challenge, this is what he was doing to lose weight. He had to lose 100 pounds in 3 months. And theoretically, I think with this program, that would work because he'd burn enough calories to be able to do that. This is David Goggins' thing. It's not for everyone. So yeah, look at me, I say I'm doing okay and the challenge is going good, and I'm pretty much hobbling into the car. Right, come on then, let's go. Okay, so Neve just asked, do you think you would ever do that again? Just for like, to enjoy it? And yeah, I would. So I've done cold water therapy before and I always feel great afterwards. I've never had you have this like buzzy feeling in your body when you do cold water therapy, and I've never had it this intense. Now, it could be just because I've spent 2 hours in cold water, or it could be, which I think it's a combination, that I've done 2 hours in the cold water, but I've been pumping blood around my body because I'm doing like a cardiovascular exercise, and my legs are asking for blood, so the blood's getting pumped through, but then the cold water's coming in as well. And so I don't know, really interesting. Like I'm getting some really, really weird sensations on my body right now. I'm probably 2 hours later in A&E. No, but a pumpkin spice latte with soy milk and soy cream on top. Yeah. Thank you very much, pal. Cheers. You too, man.
Wait, George, you're not allowed to have anything.
What?
You're on the Goggins challenge.
There you go. That's for you. I will drink my Starbucks branded water. The whole point of the Goggins challenge, I believe, it was for him to be in a serious calorie deficit. So part of the challenge is that you have a banana in the morning and you don't eat through till tea.
What are you allowed in the meal?
I think it's like a one protein rich sauce and then like loads of vegetables and stuff. Well, that's what I'm gonna do. So I'll probably have like tofu and then loads of salad. Okay, what's going on, guys? I'm finally starting to feel a bit warm again, but the funny thing is about this challenge is, I just looked, there's not much time in between each thing, so there wasn't much rest in between that, so I've finally got warm-ish, hands still cold, so I'm hoping that the gym will warm me up, the blood pumping around. So now we have 3 hours in a gym. I don't know. It's David Goggins, man. Obviously, it would be thousands of reps in a gym for 3 hours. I'll listen to some David Goggins motivation from Mulligan BROTHERS. I guess that's how I'll get through this. Okay. I won't stop an exercise until I've done at least 1,000 reps. So I'm going to start on 135 on the bench, or 60 kilos. And I'm going to go for maybe sets of 20, so 50 sets of 20. Would get me 1,000 reps. 11:02. First set. So the next part of it was going back to the studio and doing the workout, and this bit was the one that kind of scared me the most just because of how long it was. It was a 3-hour workout with hundreds of reps per exercise, which means thousands of reps for the workout, which obviously I've never done that before. I never do hundreds of reps per exercise. I read the program wrong, I just checked it because I was like, this just seems a bit mental. It says 100 to 200 reps per movement. So that's what, 4 sets?
You've done 4 sets.
So that's 80 reps already. So I'm gonna do one more set on this actually, then that's bench done, but I'm gonna lighten the weight and do another 100 reps on it so we hit 200. I'll do 200 reps on everything, but it's already quite tough. It's like the lactic acid is already kicking in for the chest. So, yeah. First set on 40 kilos now, got 4 more sets to go, sorry, of 20, and then that's 200 reps.
Set 5. What's the time, first of all? For an hour and a half, so we're only halfway through. So it's 12:37. How many reps have we done? It's hot. This is tough, very tough. 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, 1,060 reps so far. So I'm happy we're in the thousands. But I've got 40 reps to go on this, and it's very tough. We're doing sets of 20, but I'm going to David Goggins it.
I don't count. I only count when it's painful, and then I still don't count.
Okay. Ah. It's gonna look pathetic now.
That's 30. Ah! You don't know me, son.
Not very David Goggins-esque, to be fair. But that was 40, so that absolutely killed.
There is no chance I'm doing 40.
Oh my God, that was horrible. 12:55. So we're 2 hours in now, and the lactic acid build-up is crazy. This is difficult. It is really difficult. Luke, you're doing it as well. How do you feel about it?
I mean, I'm doing like 95% of what John's doing, and I'm like, as you can tell, shaking in the camera and stuff, so.
But I want to make the last hour hellish, so I've decided to do something stupid. I don't know if it's going to work or we're going to be able to do it, but I'm going to try and do 100 reps on the sandbag, the 100 kilo sandbag, 220 pound sandbag.
Yeah.
Down there. And I'm going to we'll put the bar on waist high and we'll load it over the bar. I'm going to try and load it 100 times in an hour. I think the whole point that Goggins was trying to make is that he was a really unfit, unhealthy person, and this is what he was doing to lose weight. So I think anyone can work out for 3 hours, you just adjust the intensity. We're trying to go as intense as Goggins would go. Same with the swimming, same with the running, same with the cycling, but the whole point is to do it to your best ability. Once we got to the 2 hour mark, I really felt like I wasn't doing it David Goggins justice if it was bearable. So I thought I need to make it unbearable. And at this point, I'd kind of forgot that I had 4 hours of cycling and an hour of running left to do that night. I don't know what came over me, what possessed me, but I decided that the last hour of this was going to be hell. So I set myself a challenge that they don't do on the Goggins challenge. We'd already hit over 1,000 reps on the other exercises. I decided to get the 100 kilo sandbag out and say for the last hour I would load it, and I would attempt to load it 100 times in an hour. which was the stupidest thing I could have done.
No, I'll be sick.
We stop. We slow down. And that 40%.
I got my nervous system.
70, 80, and 90. That dreamer mentality just would always fuel me. It was true. Now, what if I could be a SEAL, man?
36 minutes.
Oh, fuck. I was, like I said, 297. That's about 32% body fat. And my idea was to run 4 miles for my first run. I ran a quarter mile on walked home. I walked home,
100 kilos sandbag is difficult. So it's 220 something pounds, 220 pounds, 220 pounds sandbag. To load it over the bar is really difficult. So I decided that's what I was going to do. I was going to do 5 reps, 20 sets of 5 reps, which would be 100, which means I'd still done hundreds of reps according to Goggins in this workout. And yeah, that didn't go very well.
Anybody, not just David, anybody that can accomplish anything that is environment, and you're actually doing what inspires you. The self factor is now real. You're now there. And only those people who have been there a million times in their minds and have lived in that water and have suffered a million times.
I lifted the bag up, put my hand underneath, and my finger got trapped, and the sandbag pushed my finger back and hyperextended it, and it sprained my finger. At the time, well, I've not checked it, but yeah, it's very difficult to bend. I've sprained my fingers before. It's not too bad. But when you have to lift 20 more reps or whatever it was with a sprained finger, it is very difficult. And yeah, it got a bit funky.
Right now, this is the new way to create addictive.
Don't talk about it. Think about it. Preach, preach. Stay hard. I like suffering in a way that is competitive, that brings out the absolute best. At the graduation,
Just strap these two. Yeah, really tight. There goes. Yeah. More? Yeah. Sweet.
Now I really was feeling like we'd reached Goggins level, you know, vomit inducing kind of work that you don't want to do. Yeah, my hand's hurting. I can only really use one arm to try and pick the sandbag up. The time's closing in on me. And yeah, it felt quite good to be on a Goggins high, as I would call it. The you don't know me some kind of vibes. That was what was going off in my head. Went to a really dark place to get this finished. Mercy came in top trumps with a roll of sellotape, taped the fingers off for the last 6 or 7 reps, and got it done. And I felt like death.
One more, David. One more. We live in a world now that's so kind. We find the kind way around everything. Like, if you don't look good, I just find a kind way of saying, I don't like your shirt. Right. That's not the approach. If that's the approach you're looking for, that book is not.
Adding the sandbags was probably too much. My heart is hurting, like genuinely. So I don't think it's part of the Goggins challenge to do something mental like that. I'm really battered, and we're not even halfway through the day. So yeah, I probably took that too far. Went too far on that. So. Anyway,
it's a work day, so I've now got to go to the bank and sort some banking out, so I'll get changed. Okay, so, sorry, I've not got the best angle. The one thing I'm noticing at the moment, there's not much rest in between, so the hour goes very quickly. So I managed to go to the bank with Mercy, get this stuff done, and then I've just jetted over here. It's 3 o'clock, and now I've got to cycle for 2 hours. So, oh no, I've not even pressed quick start. So I've just lost a few minutes there. Okay, 2 hours of cycling. That will be an hour longer than I've ever done before, which was the record I set this morning. So, and then I went home and we did the 2 hour cycle. So the 2 hour cycle is with studying. So I took it that Goggins meant that it was more of a casual ride. So I was trying to aim for around 800 calories burned. So I jumped onto the bike and that's what I started to do. Towards the end, I kicked it up. I was trying to maintain 18 to 20 miles per hour. I was really sweaty. My bum was really, really hurting. And this is where I started to reach fatigue. And the first 10 minutes of the cycle felt awful. They didn't feel good. And I was not drank much water stupidly because I was losing my head a little bit. And it just felt really bad. Lots and lots of water. This isn't even a focus. I can't see, guys. I'm so sorry for the filming on this. I've not drank any water, and I've got about 3. Well, this will be the 4th, I think. Inspire Change t-shirt. That is sponsored in the video. Mulligan BROTHERS, link down below. But I've got 4 of these, I think. They're just drenched in sweat. Now, I had a bit of water whilst I was working out, probably about 700 millilitres, something like that. So I'm gonna try and get some water in before the run, but I don't want to be sick, so. Started to pick it up, put the book down, started to pick up the pace a little bit. Got the calories that I wanted to hit, but I was really feeling terrible at this point. And mentally, where it was draining me was that I'd already decided that I was gonna run 6 miles. So I didn't understand how I was going to be able to do that because my knees were hurting so bad. And you only have a 30-minute break between finishing that bike ride and going on your run. So I finished the bike ride at 5 p.m. Okay, how do I feel? Fatigued again. Let's go on this run. I'm just gonna get some water down me. I'm gonna go on the run, and yeah, that was good. Wasn't too bad. Bum hurting, insides of knees killing. But yeah. 29. Just about to start this run. Start. This battery might run out on here. In fact, it is gonna run out. I can see that it's dead, just about. Okay, camera died already, and I'm like literally a minute into this, which is really annoying because I'm going to have to carry this thing with me now and it has no use. But I feel awful. My knees are really sore. Slightly tight on my left pec, left side of my chest. I think it's just a stitch, but it could be a heart attack. Let's f***ing go. It's probably not a heart attack. I think it was a stitch in the chest, which I'm guessing is a thing. Not going well, and feeling like one thing I forgot about the route I've just taken. It's hilly. Yeah, I'm dying. Okay. Battery power on my phone just said 20%. We're about mile 3. I think pushing for 6 was a bit stupid. My knees are really hurting. But kind of like the route I've taken is like an out and back. So we're heading back now, so hopefully it's kind of an out and back. Hopefully that's 6 miles or thereabouts. So what I did, I do this.
That's the question. And the answer's quite easy. Was one, I like the idea of a challenge. I want to challenge myself. But two, I watched I saw like one of the videos and the response it got, and like how people were like, "It's ridiculous," blah blah blah. I wanted to conclude on this one that you could be unfit like me. I'm basically an unfit powerlifter and a really terrible powerlifter as well. I'm not an athlete by any stretch of the imagination. So yeah, if I can do it, the proof is that you can. And I'm not, this is slow, but you know what I'm saying. That's 6 miles. I've miscalculated this by a long way, so I'm just gonna take a nice leisurely stroll home. It'll probably end up being like 7 or 8 miles. I have enough time to get back for dinner, so all good. So you can do a marathon any day of the week. Just walk it. Everyone's capable of a marathon. Everyone's got a marathon in them. It doesn't have to be groundbreaking times. So yeah, everyone's got a marathon in them, or a half marathon. Start with a half marathon, 13.2 miles. Just walk the damn thing if you have to. Get it done, and you can say that you've done a marathon. It's a distance, so say you've done half marathon, you say you've done a marathon. But yeah, you just need to get started. So yeah, my point is this is the kind of point I'm trying to make. When Goggins set this challenge, he was 300 pounds. He did it to lose the weight. He wasn't really fit. So like, I think people see this challenge and go, damn, yeah, but that's Goggins, only Goggins can do it. That's not the point of it. Okay, it got dark quick. It was 6.7 miles. 6.77, 6.8 almost.
So cue on the food. The best food I've had in a long time. It meant so much to be able to eat. So at the food, it was around, I would put it at around 600 calories. So with the banana, we're talking about 700 to 800 calories for the day. And I was starting to cramp up. Not that much time, but at 8 o'clock we go for a 2-hour bike ride till 10. Yay! And then comes the hardest thing of the whole day, and that was the last 2 hours on the bike. Those last 2 hours, every minute felt like 20. And this is the part where it was really difficult. But again, just slowly got through it. I was hoping to do a bit of hill climbing, and I did, to try and give my bum a rest. The hardest thing about this was my knee pain, and the bum was hurting so much. But I'd set out to do this task, and I was going to do it. And that was the most important thing, was achieving it. I doubt I'm in focus. My tripod's not really working very well. But anyway, I'm on. It's 8 o'clock. Got 2 hours of this. My butt's hurting. Out of breath instantly. I've been going for like a minute. Okay, coming up to an hour. 1 hour left. Fatigue's really bad, but the great thing is now like I'm over the hill. So it's just 1 more hour left, if that makes sense. Come on, 2 hours, why is it not taking over? Okay. Oh, I think it must be stuck. Dude, stuck. Okay, that is finished. I am going to bed. And it was tough. I'll do the full review tomorrow. How do I feel right now? Don't feel too bad actually. It was just, the main thing with the bike was my bum was just hurting the whole time. Really sore. But the legs and everything, like I say, just a low level fatigue the whole time. But full review in the morning. Let's go to sleep, because Goggins says you got to get to sleep right now. Let's go. Cinema magic. It's the day after. How do I feel today? I feel quite good, if I'm being honest. Achy knees, my knees are hurting. There's a few muscles that are aching a little bit, and I suspect tomorrow DOMS will kick in. light headache, and that's it. I feel fine. I do feel fine. Finger, swollen, swelling up and bruising still. I can't bend it much more than that, but it's not too bad. I'm pretty sure it's just a bad sprain. All good there. Weight loss, how much weight did I lose? The day before, I was 262 pounds. This morning, I weighed myself, I was 259.2 pounds, which actually isn't that amazing because a lot of that will just be water loss and sweat. One of the things that I was trying to do with this challenge is make sure that there was some level of proof. So with the exercise bike, it was perfect because you can see on the exercise bike the time that I've done. And I was trying to show my phone time every so often, so you knew that there was 2 times that were in sync with each other, and it made sense. The swim was more difficult to do because I didn't have anything tracking me. So I'm gonna show you what I did. You can use the footage and you can go online and search for this place yourself and you can kind of see what I did. So this is not to scale, guys. So this is a road. We parked here. This is not to scale, but you can go on Google and type in Hoveringham and you can find this piece of water where we swim, okay? The first swim is out here, right? And this is all roughly speaking, guys. There's 300 meters. And then the second one was to the checkpoint with Neve, which is around here, okay? And that is 300 meters, although it doesn't look it on there, but like I say, go onto the Hoveringham thing and you can find it. The next one was all the way across, which is 650 meters. Then it was 200 meters down, 700 meters across. I know what you're saying, that doesn't make sense. Again, it's not to scale. 300 meters up, and then it was 400 meters across. So I swam out as far as I could because I know I wasn't out. Neva kind of shouted to me here what time we was on, and I had not covered that much time. Sorry, that's 400 meters across, 400 meters back down. And then when I got down, Neve said that we had 10 more minutes to go, so I just did an out and back. So I just swam out to the side here and back, and that was 200 meters. So in total, I had swam 3,450 meters, which I believe is around 2.1 miles. So the swim, I did 2.14 miles. Now, I think that's really, really, really slow because I thought 1 mile an hour, that's slow. But I'd spent a lot of time just wading. So I'm not fussed by it. I spent enough time. If I was to follow David Goggins today, and I was to do David Goggins' daily routine today, and he said to me, you have to do the miles that I've done in the time that I've done. I would not be capable of doing that. You would not be capable of doing that. The majority of people watching this would not be capable of doing that. The point is with this one is you are actually capable of doing it. It's all based on effort. It's not based on distances. There's a few distances mixed in there, but it's all based on effort. So this is actually a really good test. Maybe if you were doing it under supervision, it'd be worth trying out for yourself. It's tough, it's not ridiculous, and it's fun, and it's just something that gives you a chance to prove to yourself that you're capable of doing something that most people wouldn't endure. And sometimes in life, when things are difficult, the reason I do them is to prove to myself that I can. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see more like this, go follow me on Instagram, please, at Jordan Mulligan Brother, for more behind the scenes of what I get up to day to day. Today's video was sponsored by mulliganbrothers.com, where you can now buy the Inspire Change t-shirt, and it's all linked down below. And soon to drop on the website over the coming month is Let's Go t-shirts, which would have been a more appropriate, I feel like, for the David Goggins challenge today. As always, thank you for watching. You are beautiful and wonderful. I hope that you enjoyed the video and you have a blessed and productive day. And whatever you do as you go forward into the week and the next day is remember this. You can inspire change through your actions and what you do. It doesn't take anything massive. It might just be picking the litter up on the street. And it might be starting the next Fortune 500 company. But whatever it is, go and inspire some change. Have a blessed and productive day, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.